Hello Team FD and welcome back to Hot Takes.
Hot Takes.
Not been on screen together before, me and the caterpillar.
Yeah.
Has a fuzzy little member, that's what the girls call him. But we are matching.
Disgusting.
Love that mustard game.
Yeah, man.
So let's get straight in, you know? First question is from @DavidSing97. His name is actually a bunch of Chinese symbols. I have deciphered that because I did Chinese studies in my first year at university.
Show off.
Soft fail I got, limp, dick of a subject. Rubbish I was. 我喜欢汉堡 means I like hamburgers.
Nice, man.
Moving on.
I wouldn't be able to say that.
He has said, VAR is garbage. Oh, we're actually going to do the whole VAR thing because the pundits have talked it to death.
I know.
Go on, mate, I want to hear your fresh opinion.
Well, you know what I've got to say about VAR, because I'm always shouting it, VAR, whenever I'm watching the football, always calling for it, because I absolutely love the stuff, absolutely love it, cannot get enough of it. In fact, got to give VAR some credit, because there have been so many penalties in this tournament, and without them, there would have been about 7 0-0 draws. So have some of that, mate. At least we've seen some goals, albeit low quality ones, as a result of VAR. It hasn't been used enough, actually, because Harry Kane got bundled over in the box a couple of times against
What was that about?
Definite pens, and VAR should have been used. So not been used enough. Couldn't love VAR more. There is definitely some, you know, teething problems. Could definitely be
100%.
improved, but. Yeah, got to say, liking it. I don't know. I'm just doing this for, you know, the edit.
Riffing.
Yeah, you know, so you can zoom in, zoom out.
I mean, yes, it has slowed down a few games, and yes, we have seen a few underdog stories cut short. Iran said Israel in the first take. They're not at the World Cup, but it needs to happen. It's gonna be good for the game in the long run. Also, it stopped a red card at this tournament, which could have effectively ruined the tournament for that individual. So, you know, a little bit more scientific, but
yeah,
do lose a bit of magic, a bit of unpredictability.
Yeah, the magic of the cup, lost forever, and I love it.
Next flaming hot take is from George Pryor, the dirtbag, and he has said Lopetegui was a bad appointment for Real Madrid, or Lopetegui, as Joe calls him, which I believe is a small yogurt. And he said he'll be sacked by Christmas. Now, I actually think this is a bit of a what the f appointment. The guy's career at club level has been patchy, mate. In fact, he had a win ratio of 18% for Rayo Vallecano in Division 2 way back when. Did okay with Porto, spent a lot of moolah, but I think he bought a Boubacar, he bought Bayrami, no,
Barami.
No, not Barami, Brahimi.
Brahimi, that's
Brahimi. Anyway, he did win the under-21 Euros with Spain. He did win the under-19s with Spain. He did go undefeated. Undefeated? Yeah, let's go with that. For 20 games at the helm of the men's team. Will he be sacked before Christmas? No, but I don't think he'll last 3 years, mate. He's only lasted 18 months at club level.
I'm gonna put it out there. I think he is gonna be sacked before Christmas. Oh, how do you follow and act like Zidane? They're going to go out in the group stages, going to become the second team after Chelsea to go out in the group stages after winning the Champions League. And Lopetegui, his career is just going to be over. And you know, he's going to be, I don't know, we'll see him in a McDonald's in Madrid somewhere in about 3 years' time.
Primo analysis.
Yeah.
So, bit of a
fortune teller.
This has shades of Rafa Benitez, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And on that note, let's, you know, serve the next hot take. Spanish waiter, innit? So, spit that hot take back out. Yeah, there we go, it's on screen now. It's from the Pontiac Bandit. Rate that, we all love Brooklyn 99.
Wasn't that your name for a while on
Nicolaj. Yes, it was my name for a little bit. Anyway, what's this tit said? Ronaldo really didn't play as well as people are giving him credit for against Spain, and only got a hat-trick due to an iffy penalty and a terrible mistake from David De Gea. Oh, mate, take this off my hands because it's pure bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point here, mate. But yeah, it wasn't that lucky. He had 3 shots, all of them went in. 3 shots on target, as it were. I kind of actually agree, you know, Chris.
Oh, right. You're eating humble pie now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Thought you're on the side, you're not.
There you go. No, I'm not, mate. No, to be fair, he did very well to win the penalty, and it was a marvellous free kick. So really the only thing he really got lucky with was the De Gea thing. So maybe he was a little bit lucky that happened, but very good performance otherwise.
I'll tell you why I think he was
I think he was
good.
lucky to get a hat here.
He got his own, he assisted himself. He won the penalty, he won the free kick, voice went then a little bit, but moving on. And I actually think first half, he was very good. He actually worked for the team, which you never really see at club level. Normally, it's Benzema doing that, isn't he? But he was winning flick-ons, he was, you know, passing it round the corner, he was dropping back onto the halfway line to hold it up. I think he was fantastic. Ruby's kicking us off with our next one, and Ruby reckons that Alexander-Arnold, TAA, should start over Trippier. Who is he, you know, one of the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Shredder, that is, I'm thinking of. Rat. Bit like this opinion, ratty.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Bit offensive.
Yeah.
But, absolute actually. I am a big fan of Trent Alexander-Arnold, I must admit. Had a storming end to the season with Liverpool. Very, very sound defensively, especially in the Champions League. But Kieran Trippier, one of the standout performers on Tuesday against Tunisia, Monday I mean, against Tunisia. Very, very good. Instrumental in both the goals, I believe. I'm pretty sure, well, he definitely put the cross in for the Kane goal, Kane's second goal, and I'm pretty sure he put the cross in for the first goal.
I'm impressed you can remember the first one because you're pretty lagered, weren't you?
That's pretty lagered. And for the second one, like more so, if anything.
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, it was later on in time and I've had another beer.
Weren't you on The Guardian or something?
I'm in the Daily Mail actually.
Smashing
along with James Wayne. But
Green Street Elite.
What was I talking about? Trippier, yeah. So I don't think Trippier should be dropped, no, because he clearly his delivery is very, very important to England's chances at this World Cup. I think we were good. We were quite a good creative team, but our best chances seem to come from that right balls into the box.
This argument was actually more valid before a ball was kicked.
Yeah, definitely.
Despite Trippier actually getting 5 assists last season, TA got 1. If we're going to play 3 at the back, we need somewhat. The fullbacks are essential. They are going to be providing the majority of our opportunities. In fact, against Tunisia, Trippier created 5 goal-scoring opportunities. And I was on the old bloody sofa next to Ryan Mason. He said he's the best dead ball specialist he's seen in the flesh.
Woo! I think Ryan Mason did play with Gareth Bale though, didn't he? So
he did.
There you go.
Siffy Manana 22 at Siffy Star, regular contributor. We've put you in, you've embarrassed yourself. This is the worst World Cup in terms of quality and standards from the big teams. Let me give you a bit of context. Done a little bit of research for this question because, you know, it's got to be style and substance.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're the style in this. In this scenario. So this World Cup so far in the group stage is 2.47 goals per game, more than South Africa and more than Germany in 2006. There's not been one goalless draw yet in all 17 games that have been played at the time of recording. I don't want you playing this back, making me look silly, please. You should take over.
I would say everyone's getting a little bit worked up about this because I'm pretty sure every single World Cup, the first 3 days are like, oh my God, yeah, it's the World Cup. And then afterwards we realise that, you know what, most football games end up being kind of boring affairs, especially when all these countries have so much pressure on them to perform. We always end up getting all these kind of 1-0 wins, 0-0 draws, not this World Cup, but as I said earlier, pens, 1-0 wins, you know, yada, 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 yada. It's all very boring, basically. But the big teams, yeah, a lot of them haven't performed so well. I think Spain have been good. I think England have been pretty good so far. Portugal got the results, entertaining against Spain, not so good. Argentina, not so good. Brazil, okay. You know, it's fine. Germany, not been great. Only 1 game. But let's remember, back in 2002, world champions France went out of the groups, as did Argentina. 2010, Italy, world champions, went out in the groups. Spain went out in the groups last time. So, there's your answer. I think it's a bit of a fallacy that the big teams are doing.
Formidable World Cup knowledge from you, and you got the word fallacy in there, so bonus points for McCubbin.
Is that a penis joke as well? No, it's not.
Could be. You know,
Fallacy.
What I think we've seen is the rise of the smaller teams in this World Cup. Nations are generally getting better, and I think that should be championed. The quality is improving from the bottom down. There is no pushovers anymore. We saw it with Morocco, we saw it with Iran, definitely not Israel. tight defences, tidying the build-up, just lacking a world-class striker. So if anything, then the big teams have got to step it up.
Yeah, man.
But I mean that's kind of what Sifi Manana said, isn't it?
I don't know if we're agreeing with them or not, or just having a nice discussion, because that's what this programme is maybe about.
So that's it for this week on Hot Takes. Thank you very much to Michael for, carrying me through that.
Thanks for having me.
That was terrible. Guys, we've got some great content, World Cup content for you to be watching in the meantime, Michael. What video has tickled your pickle, especially?
Ooh, I'm liking the World Cup reviews, yes. Stats-based knowledge on what's been going on in the World Cup this year. Yes, go check that out. And all our great 10s. We've got things like 10 moments that ruined the World Cup. We've got an overrated 11. We've got other things like that. Go over to EFD, where me and Zach are doing Football Mundial with Educating Jelab in the middle of it. We go and check out some cultures, and Zach tries not to look like an idiot. And lots of other stuff, isn't there?
He does.
Yeah.
So long. Farewell.
Yeah. Less about that, said the better.